Hi guys, welcome to C2C Mentors. My name is Ketan. Now, in this video, I'm going to give an idea of what I'm going to cover. So, number one, my target is to tell you guys what should you be doing for the next 2 months on a strategic perspective, how you should be studying, what should be your timetable and all that. Now, more than that, the agenda is if you follow this strategy or if anybody who actually go ahead with this strategy can actually look out for to get 1 or 2 IIM call for sure. Not only that, the target is also to get top 20 calls from top 20 B schools of the country. So I'm going to give you guys a clear-cut idea as to what you need to do, because now you are 2 months away from the CAT and it's going to be really important. So maybe you haven't studied till date seriously, or maybe you're starting right from now, or maybe you're just on the verge of getting serious about CAT right from now. It is still possible that you can make it to top-notch IIMs, or you can make it to top 20 B schools of the country. Again, one disclaimer that I want to give you in this video: whatever thing that I'm going to talk to you guys, right, they all are going to be realistic, doable, crackable, and trust me, because of which I'm so confident that if anybody follows this stuff, should be getting into a good IIM or top 20 B school. Now, I'll tell you my story. Like when I was preparing for CAT, 2 months used to be very important time. Very important time. Now, why 2 months is going to be very important? Now, 2 months time is important because if you are really serious, if you're really a serious CAT aspirant, and if you're really serious of getting into top 20, then you should be aiming at D-Day. As I said, you may be somebody who prepared a lot, or maybe you're somebody who is just starting, but again, you have to have your eye on the D-Day, because that is what is going to matter a lot from today onwards. You've seen my earlier video, 3 months. I said something different, that 3 months are important, but now I told you the strategy in that video. In this video, I'm going to tell you that how you need to prepare yourself, keeping D-Day on your mind, because a lot of students, what they try to do is, when they are into the zone of, let's say, 2 months, 2.5 months, or let's say 1.5 months, we try to push ourselves a lot. We try to increase the number of hours, 8 hours, 12 hours, 15. It doesn't work like that, because my humble request to all of you out there is that try not to take CAT as an exam from the perspective of what we have done earlier. Let's say engineering exam, commerce exam and all that. Don't do that, because CAT is a different ballgame altogether. If you take it from that perspective, it's not going to help you. That's for sure. Now, so what you have to do is, now you need to keep in one thing in your mind, is that your entire preparation from today onwards is going to be selective. You cannot afford to lose even a single day now. You cannot afford to even spend your time on one wrong chapter. It's going to be a huge risk if you're really keen on getting into IIMs. So I take it as these 2 months are going to help you to literally make or break your life. Now, this is the reason I am serious about it, and that's the reason I want you guys to be a little more serious about these things. So, I don't want you to get panicked, chill. The thing is that, understand what I'm going to tell you now. So, you got to be very selective. I have seen students, I speak to students, and people tell me that, what, I have done this, I have done that, my verbal, I've done DIR, I'm trying to do everything at a one shot. It doesn't work for an exam like CAT. That's number one. So, when I say selective, what I mean to say is that now it's time for you that you have to find out your godfather. So that's going to be this triangle is going to explain, this pyramid is going to explain it to you. Understand this. Godfather. It means, so let's say I have been studying from last couple of months, or I'm going to start right from now. Now I need to understand my godfather. It means that something that I'm damn comfortable with. I am going to kind of freeze it, kind of be very sure, in Quants, arithmetic is my godfather. That will save me all the time. Verbal ability is going to be my godfather, because that will always save me. Let's say when you talk about DILR, let's say in data interpretation, questions based on calculation, questions based on, let's say, set theory are going to be your godfather, because these are those types of chapters, these are those type of questions which can short give you results. And that's the reason I said, that now is the time for all of you to be very selective if you really want to crack CAT. Now trust me, when I say cracking CAT, I am literally looking at a number which is 95 percentile. That's what I'm trying to tell you, right? So 90 to 95 percentile, that's what I'm looking at. I will be making a couple of more videos wherein I'll be categorically talking about 99 percentile plus plan for those who are gunning for it. But today I'm going to talk about average, below average, average plus, considering everybody in this scenario. Now you need to find out the godfather. So that is something you need to sit down, do your SWOT analysis. What are you think you can do? What are the things that you are good at? Try to keep that in your mind. The second the segment of this pyramid is going to be maximizer. Means, let's say, arithmetic is your godfather. Okay, arithmetic is your godfather. Now, you have a little trouble with geometry, okay, and you have a little trouble with algebra. When you do the trade-off, okay, क्या पढ़ना चाहिए? मुझे क्या आता है as a student? Let's say मुझे geometry अच्छा आती है, मुझे algebra अच्छा नहीं आता है, ठीक है, तो मैं क्या करूँ? Algebra तो बहुत ज़्यादा important है, so geometry भी ज़्यादा important है, but यार algebra में ज़्यादा time जाएगा. I think geometry is a bit doable thing for me. I'm gonna pick up geometry. I'm not gonna run after algebra because everybody is now doing algebra. Let them do it. If you cannot do algebra, do not waste your time on that. Anyway, it's not going to bring any result to you. So go to geometry, try to do basics at least and a bit of advanced level. I will be making a different video altogether for Quants for the next 2 months. Today in this video, I'm just going to discuss strategies around. Fine. So this is going to be maximizer. Something that I can do, थोड़ा अगर time दे दूँ तो शायद से मेरा score बढ़ जाएगा. I'm going to pick that up. Verbal की अगर बात करेंगे, verbal ability में, let's say parajumble is a problematic, right? But I can find if I do a bit of parajumble. See, if you are joining my course, which is the online workshop, I can guarantee 100% parajumble. So those who are there, who have already joined in, those who are with me, for you parajumble, if you put in a little bit efforts, do all the 14 rules that we have done in the class or the online lectures, you should be sorted. So parajumble थोड़ा करा, मेरा accuracy बढ़ेगा. Probably I'll get 1 or 2 questions more. Maximizer. Maybe para summary, I can do it. Maximizer. Let's say DIR. Probably I can try DI sets which are based on, let's say, ifs and buts, or let's say which has PNs and probability involved into it. Great stuff. So this is going to be your maximizer. Fine. Third, the red one or the red segment. Leave it. Just leave it. Do not even fall for it. There are a lot of students, there are a lot of mentors, they tell you that you have to do this because that's important. I get it, that's important, but I as a student cannot do it. Leave it, do something on the behalf of that thing. So don't try to do this. Let's say you are really not good with modern maths. So PSL probability is out, geometry out. But if you are leaving geometry, do something on the basis of geometry. Alright, try to do something which can kind of substitute geometry. So red one is going to be you can leave, but again make it a point that these two things are on a broader level. You just cannot leave a lot of stuff, right? So red zone may, even if you have let's say 30% of syllabus in red zone, it's more than enough. I think you can still aim at 99. There are a lot of people that try to do 100% studies in CAT. It doesn't work like that because we are not appearing for board exam. You got to be selective. 100% study is not required for CAT. You can go with 65 to 70%. Good study, good practice. You can reach to 99 also. So this is going to be out. I'm going to focus now on this a lot. I'm going to kind of focus on this. I'm going to try to increase this. So what will happen eventually? This entire thing, right? This entire thing out here can become your godfather. Fine. So you know what? I know these are the categories are there. I can play on that. So that's the first thing that you have to do. Fair enough. Now, coming back to the other thing. How do you look at it? I look at this. There are 3. I have given this star by the way. 3 star, 2 star and 1 star. 1 star is going to be always problematic. I have no idea. The probability of getting these questions correct is like let's say 1/5. Fine. So these are the questions I'm not sure, right? Whether I'll be able to get it or not. So I'm going to leave this. This is going to be okay. Maximum attempt, maximum score. This is going to be maximum score with maximum attempt. So you can decide this for everything. VARC, DIR, Quants. You can decide it. For Quants, what you can do is you can do a combination. You know what? In this bracket, what can be there? For me, it can be let's say arithmetic and algebra. So arithmetic round about 12 question, algebra 12 question. So I can do 24 question out of 34. It's a great thing. That's round about 80% of the paper that you can do aram se. 80 ka bhi agar let's say out of 24. See, out of 34 you will not be able to knock off 24. Even if you do 18 questions, you can still crack 99 percentile. That's for sure, right? So this is what you need to do. Be very selective. Choose the godfather. Look at the maximizer. Try to increase this. The other thing that I'm going to tell you, which is going to be really important, do not focus on score. Okay? Do not focus on score. That what is my score going to be? Do not work on score because score ka pattern jo hai wo CAT mein nahi chalta. You might feel that people telling you that or you might feel that what, if I score let's say 110, 120 marks in CAT, I might get let's say 90, 95%. It doesn't work like that. because it is next to impossible to even calculate your score, because what you are marking during the exam on a D-Day, that can give you raw score. One correct question multiplied by 3 can give you raw score. Raw score then gets into scaled level. That is scaled score. Scaled score is calculated on the basis of normalization, on the basis of, that's the mathematics and the statistics that these guys use, the IIM folks use to calculate the score. So do not go for score. Score will vary every year. I will be making a different video on score front. So do not try to go for score. Your main attempt should be, if you do this and if you follow these two strategies, you will be able to know, how many questions I can attempt. Let's say I have a month's time. Okay. Now, once I venture into November, if I follow this, if I focus on the Godfather and the Maximizer, in the month of November, let's say on the first week of November, I will be able to understand that, in Quants, arithmetic, algebra, geometry, on a good day, if the paper is very tough, I can still manage 12 questions. On a good day, if the paper is really, really easy, I can still go to 16, 17 questions. So your main focus should be number of questions that you can actually attempt, looking at the level of difficulty. Now, the another thing that everybody should be now onwards be very, very careful for next 2 months is level of difficulty. A lot of time it happens that we as a student, we are not in a position to actually understand what is the level of difficulty. So I look at a question which is based on, let's say a question which is based on time and work. I just see that, okay, it's a time and work, I jump into it, but you know what, it turns out to be bizarre. That kind of a question is not solvable. Why? Because it's very tricky. Sometimes, I have actually done this example. Sometimes you will see that, it's a classic example. In the year 2018, there is a paragraph, there is a RC based on the economics. Now it starts with economics. So the moment you look at it, you say that, great, it starts with economics. It means it's economy RC. I can do it. But you know what? It was a trap. It was an ambush. The entire RC turns out to be a philosophical and psychological. So anybody who jumps into it, believing that the level of difficulty is going to be lower for it, it turns out to be higher, you are screwed. Because the moment you go for a level of difficulty which is higher, right, you get kind of fumbled. वो एक rhythm टूट जाता है. So now you should be focusing on LOD. Now remember what I just said. If you are selective in your approach, you don't have to do a lot of stuff. So I say, rather than this much, I'm only going to study this much. My full attention is going to be this much of syllabus because I'm selective. The moment I'm selective, I can give a good time on level of difficulty. So I understand level of difficulty. On the basis of level of difficulty, I can decide my attempts. If the paper is very high, lower the attempts. Easy, increase the attempt. Attempt will eventually take me towards my accuracy. So the moment I understand, LOD is very tough. I'm going to reduce my attempt. I'm going to focus more on the accuracy because trust me, anything can be said and done. But at the end of the day, the main fundamental or the main crux or key to crack CAT and make it to IIM, Ahmedabad, Bangalore, Calcutta, FMS is the accuracy. Those of you who understand accuracy, what I'm trying to tell you, you will be able to crack CAT, that's for sure. So then I'm going to focus more on my accuracy. And once my accuracy is done, if you take care of LOD, attempt and accuracy, this thing and this thing is absolutely sorted. You don't have to worry for even a single second whether you will be getting into top 20 or not. So level of difficulty, you got to understand, you got to gauge how we'll do that, being selective, understanding your Godfather. Then attempt and accuracy percentile, trust me, you'll get great percentile, you'll make it to top 20. As of now, what is the number is a good number or you should be targeting a good number. Now, this is my calculation. I believe that VARC 80 number of question you must crack to get a good percentile. How much percentile you'll get, whatever things, I will be talking about that in the next video. But right now, for your information, 18 questions, and trust me, I can guarantee you this is manageable. Absolutely manageable. If you're joining my crash course for verbal, it's going to be possible. DIR 10 questions, still manageable in next 2 months. And Quant 13 questions, still manageable in next 2 months. If you just take care of this, VARC 18 questions, that is nothing but 50% of your paper. Simple, right? When I talk about 10 questions on 32, right, that is around about 28% of your paper, or rather the entire section. When I talk about Quants, right, Quants 34 questions. Out of 34, I'm going to do round about 13 questions. That is round about 1/3, close by 1/3, not exactly, but yeah, kind of 1/3 of the paper. Right? So I think these things are still possible, manageable. So kindly focus on a couple of things. Understand the Godfather and Maximizer area. Understand the chart. Take care of these things and just focus on these things. These numbers with a good accuracy can fix your iron call. Now, if you're somebody who's struggling with this, 60 days you have more than enough. More than enough. If you are selective in your study, if you want to do the stuff which is important, you can still crack it. You can join my crash course. I'm launching my crash course from tomorrow itself, where we will be talking about only selective areas, verbal, quant, LR, DI. We're going to be very selective. We're going to try to approach it with a lot of shortcuts, strategies, one-to-one mentorship. So it's going to be there. Now, if you are done with basics and all that, this kind of crash course, if you want to join in, just a suggestion, can also help you for SNAP, NMAT and CET. So I'm conducting this workshop in Mumbai, Pune and online also. Anybody who's interested, most welcome. Finally, this is going to be the most important thing. See, again I told you that I cannot complete everything in the video. I will be making a series altogether. So stay tuned to my channel. I get good news, but the problem is that people sometimes kind of miss on the notification, because now I'm going live every Monday. So kindly subscribe to the channel, because there is going to be a lot of content on your way. Click that bell icon so that you get notified. So don't tell me that I missed your live lecture, I wasn't really aware. So kindly connect to me, subscribe to the channel and stay tuned to my channel. If you have any query, any question, you can put the comment on the video or you can get in touch with me. But having said all these things, next two months or 24th of November, it is just not you're gonna write CAT. You are not writing your CAT. Trust me, you are gonna write your destiny. So try to take these 2 months in this way, that yes, I'm gonna write my destiny on 24th of November. No bullshit, no time pass, no negative thoughts. Stay away from all negative people for the next 2 months. That's the humble request. Trust me, it is still possible to tame CAT and you can do it. On that note, I wish you all the very best. Good luck. Stay positive. Work so bloody hard and aim for IIMs. Thank you so much, guys. That's it from my side.